I'm not too concerned about that. Maybe.
I'll be honest. I uploaded my. I started the last side project episode, and I only vaguely agreed, went by that, and it sounds fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no. You hear other people do it, and you're like, oh, okay, that must be a very crucial thing to getting your podcast started. And I'm like, no, I vaguely have it, or maybe it's just different. Maybe it's just technology's gotten better. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just like supernaturally editing talented,
Maybe we're
which
just
is a lie, but yeah. You're right. Yep. I deserve that.
I've come into podcasts and being like, why did Kyle even leave this in? Like, so I don't know if that's exactly the case, but
Yeah, no, there's lots of weird things, and like, you know what the really weird thing is? You always think like you hear the censored beeps in like other podcasts, and you think like, okay, that's just a thing that's like included in the editing software. And like, nope. No, that's a thing you need to find. Just ridiculous.
what do you mean?
Oh, you know how like they bleep like words they don't want you to hear in other podcasts. I can't I looked at it and was like, okay, that's obviously just something that comes in every editing software, right? And nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, it's not in every editing software. You have to find that sound yourself. And find your own.
Yeah.
Which I suppose it sounds different on every podcast, but I just assumed it was like something free they gave you.
Well, at least like a preamble, run of the mill, like beeping noise, you'd think it would just come in at every software out there, but I don't know why.
No, best I can do.
I don't know how you edit the podcast. To be fair,
I mean that's part of why we're uncensored, honestly. Like, but
I mean, honestly, I thought it was because we just don't really care, and like a lot of this, like we don't have any like network pressure or anything.
Oh yeah, no.
Being.
And yeah,
we can
and
be
like
renegade as fuck if we wanted to.
Yeah, no, there's and honestly, there's scarcely things that I would do a beat for. Just occasionally, like there's been a thing or whatever, but nah, I was editing that out or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, no,
fair.
I don't. I guess I could find like a squeal, but it was a really grating squeal. It's not like pleasant to the ears like most beeps.
Yeah, it's a weird line to walk, and I feel like a lot of people who do it need to do it in a very particular fashion and make it their own.
Yeah.
Or go very generic with it.
Maybe I should.
Because if you don't, then you've just got...
Maybe I should record one of the calves or something and make that our beep.
Like just a moo on the back end? Like just pig squealing.
No, I mean...
You're not a pig farmer, but...
No, cow squealing.
Pig squeals.
Cow squealing.
Cow squeal?
I mean, it's more of a meh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Welcome, listeners, to Kyle and Cody's Cult Cinema Cast. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Cody.
Sorry, that was a harsh line reading there. I'm sorry I spoke crossly with you, listeners.
It's a weird thing to get cross about, anyways. Are you sure you're Kyle at this point?
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no. We're reviewing a movie that we were going to review it, and last minute, this is what we switched out for that movie Hardwired, that robot slasher movie that wasn't very good a while back.
No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't very
Everything's
good.
a fever dream at this point in time.
It was maybe I'm talking about maybe like a year ago now.
We have to movies that are up there and like, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, no, this was definitely before when I had a different job this might have been this might have been early last year. I'm actually not even sure Hardwired is the name of the movie, to be honest. I think it is. Okay, that's not it.
Okay, I vaguely remember this movie.
Oh, Hardware. Sorry, Hardware is the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna do this, and we decided to do Hardware. I think maybe you suggested it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that looks super cool," and then it wasn't.
That seems like 95% of the movies that we review. Like, we have a general decent baseline, and then all of a sudden it's not what you expected it to be.
Yeah, no, there's been a few of that. This is sort of in that same vibe, because it was like, if Hardware hadn't have also been a cyberpunk movie, I would have just not bothered or put that off. But yeah, no, because we kind of had like a cyber slot. We're doing a lot of cyberpunk for the last little. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, we're actually we're for sure doing that Metal Storm Destruction of Sarah Din in like 2 episodes, so that's on the docket. So I think that's more post-apocalyptic. But yeah, this is actually a cyberpunk movie, which I love me some cyberpunk. Which, yeah, super fun. This is the movie Nemesis we're doing. A 1992 movie which spawned 3 sequels in a series. Yeah, 3 sequels in a series. It's
Yeah.
92. Ah, yep.
Did you actually end up watching any of the
Sequels?
prequels or the sequels?
Yeah. I got them all as a triple feature Blu-ray, but I have not watched them yet.
Mm-hmm.
If we had ended up
Okay.
delaying this episode, I would have watched them because I had the day off tomorrow. But
yeah, they're all on Tubi, and so if you're trying to figure out a workaround to be able to sit down and watch Tubi, use a VPN, and honestly, then you don't have to watch ads at all, or an ad blocker. Sorry, not a VPN.
yeah, you know what? Honestly,
and then you just get a free.
Like, it's so much, like, it's like one commercial every 30 minutes. I don't mind too much. Or like 30 seconds of commercials every 30 minutes. It's not like I grew up watching like actual like network television. I don't feel like complaining about it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. No, it's because that's
Oh, that reminds me. Way back in the day, like my friend who lived below me while I was living in an apartment building, he went out and he bought cable. And I'm like, oh man, cable still looks like so good. And then like you get 5 minutes into a television series and they're like, oh, here's an ad. So, or here's 5 minutes worth of ads. And I'm like, man, I can't do this. I don't know how you sit here and like, and I think it was basic cable too. Like it was like small town Moose Jaw cable. So like he didn't even get the good channels or anything. So
no, anytime I watch actual television, it's like I just turn on like one of those channels where they show an entire movie, and it's like I watch.
yeah.
I just turn on, honestly, the odd time where I actually have to watch satellite because my dad still has it. And I'm sort of it's still in my house. So I just like watch, like, I just turn on Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah, that's completely fair too.
Yeah. And just have that playing in the background or whatever. Occasionally they play something interesting.
Yeah, having background movies is quite frankly very decent.
Yeah.
That's why I like Tubi, is because I can just throw something in on the background and not have to worry about like
my latest Tubi session is I'm watching a bunch of Jerry Anderson puppet television shows. Like I watched Thunderbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of Thunderbirds. I didn't. Yeah, those are really good. Or those are not really, but they're kind of.
Which was interesting. interesting because speaking of puppet shows, my niece was sick one of the days of the week here, and she was just like chilling out on her tablet on the couch, and I threw on the Twin Towers because while we were off in a Magic tournament in Saskatoon, we ended up at a place called the uh, Goblin Burgers in Saskatoon there, and they had really good food. But they had a weird combination of television going on. On one TV, they were playing the Two Towers, and I'm like, man, the Two Towers was so awesome. I need to go sit down and rewatch it, so I was rewatching it with my niece. But on the other screen, they had Sing 2 playing, so it was Twin Towers on one television and Sing 2 on the other. But anyway, so I flipped on the Twin Towers for myself to watch, and like halfway through, I look up and Edith is just like uh, very much so into the Twin Towers. So I was kind of curious on what she likes at that point in time. So after the Twin Towers, I decided to turn on Labyrinth for her
Oh, yeah.
because it's one of Moira's favorite shows, and she was not having Labyrinth at all. Like,
Oh, yeah. I gotta watch
so
Labyrinth.
I mean, it's kind of weird what a 3-year-old finds entertaining or creepy or whatever, uh, which is Jim Henson. So it's really good, like puppeteering and stuff like that, like more mainstream puppeteering for films, because he did all of the Muppets, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick a day and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna do a double feature of Labyrinth and Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's a uh, what the like Pants Labyrinth's Del Toro, right?
Yeah,
Sounds like a good day, anyways.
yeah. No, I also have opinions on Sing 2. While we're at this, because you did bring that up. I don't
Oh,
I don't have as much like desire to watch the second one. I just thought that was a good one-off series,
yeah,
and I did watch the musical numbers from the second one, and it was like, these aren't as good. They just have
mhm.
Bono in it,
Mm.
like just Bono doing Bono with Scarlett Johansson.
Huh.
Yeah, and they just sing "I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For." And then Halsey does like "It Could Have Been Me" by the Struts is like a pop song, which I don't appreciate. Um, and yeah, it's just yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
definitely doesn't sound as good as the original.
No, and the other big one that really bothered me was like they had Taron Egerton. They had him do "A Sky Full of Stars" and he just sang the chorus 9 times. Which maybe that's what that song is, but in the original he does "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John, and like that's just a way better song. And yeah,
Is that why he got cast in the Elton John movie?
does he play Elton John in the Elton John movie?
Yeah, in Rocket Man. Yeah,
Okay, maybe. Because yeah, that was his big number
I'm
in
not.
Sing One
I'm not
was
saying.
yeah, "I'm Still Standing," and it was really good.
I don't know what came out first, so that's
Oh,
kind of my
Sing.
Sing definitely came out
Yes.
first.
Yeah,
Huh.
because yeah, no, because here's my thing about Sing, which is you might be wondering, hey Kyle, why do you have opinions about Sing? Doesn't really seem like your type of movie. Yeah, I watched it. It was one of the last movies I watched with my mom. So it's kind of like it's got a place in my heart now. So oh shit, it was literally the last. Oh yeah, no, it was literally the last. Forgot about that. Because yeah, Spy was before that. Yeah. Ugh, yeah. So yeah, I get
Like
we're sold about Sing. Yeah, that's just my thing.
the like the
McCarthy's Spy
Melissa
movie?
Hart.
Yes.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're making a sequel right now. It was a pretty good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely did not mind Spy because of Jason Statham's character in
Oh,
that.
he's good
So
in that. He's fun. Jason Statham's usually fun.
Yeah. Usually.
Yeah.
And like all of his like main works I can't really get into. Like Transporter. I didn't mind Crank, where he's like playing ooh, and then the Mechanic. I like the Mechanic too. Which is apparently it's a remake.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think there's like a 1970s film
Probably.
of the Mechanic, and I think it's also on Tubi. So if you're looking for something else to watch,
I don't know, maybe maybe we do that. I don't know. Moving on. We've done that before. We've done like lesser known movies like that before, so maybe that's a thing.
I don't know if this is lesser known. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We'll look into it off mic. So Nemisis, that was So the one connection was we were going to do it instead of hardware. Maybe we should have, but I don't know. I think the hardware episode was valuable to our time. I don't know, as much as any of these episodes are valuable to our time. It's and then also Oliver Gruner, who stars in this, was going to be in Show No Mercy. He was going to have.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we talked about this briefly. He was going to be in like. He was going to be the guy who that Jordanian guy played, or Lebanese. One of them. I can't remember.
Yeah,
one of those. Definitely Palestine. One of those Palestine adjacent countries or nearby countries that they're trying to that Israel's trying to shove the Palestinians into. But moving on. Yeah, so he was going to be in that, and that's the other like lucky connection we got. But yeah, this is a movie I've been trying to get on the docket for a little bit because it's kind of cool.
Seems like we get lucky connections way too often.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of we're like this is episode 21, I think. Or 20, one of those, 20 or 21. So we've done almost 100 movies. We've done 95 regular episodes, and that's not counting like the couple live shows.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so it adds up.
And I mean, it's a movie scene, so like trying to find weird connection. It's like the what was that game way back in the day where you try and like look through filmographies and see who has a connection to Kevin Bacon. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, 5 Degrees of Seven Bacon, something like that.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
it's what it feels like half the time. It's like a weird connected dots.
Have we done a Kevin Bacon movie?
Nothing that I'm aware of, no.
I can't remember, no.
I liked him in the Following. So if you've never sat down and watched The Following, it was about Kevin Bacon trying to stop like a cult serial murder, and it started on Fox in like 2001 or 2011 or something like that. So if you're looking for a half decent series, it's quite good actually.
So Nemisis is a kind of cool cyberpunk movie that I kind of liked. I got all 4 of them in like one shopping trip. Weirdly enough,
there's 4 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 sequels.
Huh?
Yeah, no,
I really Okay, the reason why I brought up the sequels in the first place, but stemming back to what I was trying to get into, like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. So if you start watching the second movie in this film, it's like Cyborg Messiah? Question mark? Because I didn't finish. I got like 15 minutes into the second one. before we had to do the podcast because I was kind of curious on where it was gonna go after this, and yeah, it got really weird where humanity has died off because of cyborgs, and um, I think they were like carrying around a human child, and it like I'm gonna give you my necklace so that when you grow older, you know what to do or something like, and then the mother dies or something. So just a heads up,
Yeah.
and quite frankly, some spoilers there for people who are planning on actually sitting down and watching it. The second one gets weird, is all I'm saying.
I mean, this one's sort of, but yeah, no, yeah, they don't have Oliver Gruner in any of them, any of the other ones. I think they replace him with Sue Price, which is weird.
I don't know who that is.
I don't think she's that like popular.
The name vaguely sounds familiar, which is kind of weird, but it's also very generic, so
They keep Tim Thomerson as Farnsworth, which is kind of nice. Thomas Jane is in this movie. I'm pretty sure he goes on to play the Punisher, or he's a bad guy in the Punisher. He might be the bad guy in the second Punisher movie. No, he's Punisher in the 2004 Punisher movie, which is the second Punisher movie, because there was a first Punisher movie in the 80s where they didn't let him use the skull logo.
why?
I don't know.
Was it like some weird like stands by like I don't know, Mothers Against Drunk Driving on like skull logos, or was it like we couldn't get the logo for this film
I have no earthly idea. I need to look it up.
because it's proprietary? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just kind of curious at that point.
Yeah,
So
no, it's I think it was a Canon film. I think it was part of the same deal that got them with the best Captain America movie, the 91 one. See our episode on the 1991 Captain America movie with Victoria. Which is so that's really fun. So yeah, this is Oliver Gruner's a little like a brief action star. I think he's just in like this and a few other random movies. I think he's in I think the big ones I see are the Circuit. There's Angel Town, which I got this as a double feature with Nemesis. That's my DVD, is a Nemesis Angel Town double feature, which is Angel Town's a just a movie about beating up Mexicans, I think. Maybe Asians.
okay.
It's like a gang thing. It's
I mean, this one is
it's a Gran Torino thing.
I can't really say like talk too much shit considering like that's the premise of this film, right? Too.
No, I mean he's fighting like the big actual bad guys are Americans.
Yeah, but there's still some weird like anti-Japanese like backstory going on throughout the film. So I don't know. Like this is '92, so
it's
like I don't really fully understand it.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think it's like a cyberpunk thing where like a lot of cyberpunk fiction is just like can be sort of Asia-phobic. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. But I don't know that that's I think people have done worse, but this isn't like. I don't think if you watch this, it's necessarily going to be the worst. I mean, the Asian character, like none of the Asian characters are actually the bad guys in this. It's just I
don't know if that's worse or better considering they're like side henchmen.
I mean they're a prominent faction. They just all die immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like they're kind of in this movie they really kind of make them do like a the accents come across as a little inauthentically thick in places. Like kind of they're kind of doing the voice that like more of a voice that you would make fun of, which that's a thing. And this is Oliver Gruner's like a kickboxer is what I was getting at. Who like decided to do a few movies. He's not that big a deal. I think he also does karate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he was in a show called Codename Eternity. I don't think he was. No, he's not the main character, but he's in there. Yeah, no, it's just he does some martial arts, and this is his big. This is more of a gun movie. This is again following in the grand tradition, a bit of in the grand tradition of Soldier, of movies that would have been really good if they had Arnold Schwarzenegger in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. We just don't get Arnold Schwarzeneggers anymore, do we?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even done a decent Schwarzenegger movie in a while. Maybe we'll throw something up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? We haven't done a
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, do you want to do the Running Man?
We could.
I think we talked about doing the Running Man, and I actually watched the Running Man recently.
Yeah, we talked about doing some side project stuff, but yeah, maybe we do that, and I maybe have some inspiration for a side project because I haven't watched it at all.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get your.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Okay, yeah, maybe we do that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that next. Stay tuned. So yeah, this is kind of a. The Nemisis series also sticks with its main director Andrew Pune? Albert Pune, who does a bunch of low budget B movies, American guy. Oh wait, did he? Oh yeah, no, he did my favorite movie. He did my good old fashioned Captain America 1990. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no. So he's actually directed 2 films in this movie. In our show, he's also done The Sword and the Sorcerer and Cyborg, which stars Van Damme. Goddamn Van Damme.
He's got a weird fetish for cyborgs.
Yeah, no, I think that's. I read a little bit about his the production of this movie. He was trying to do he was talking about doing this for a long time, and it went through a bunch of different forms. But I think Cyborg was actually someone else's project that he kind of like took over. But yeah, he has a thing for cyborgs.
Was this was before or after the Terminator? This would have been after, right?
Yeah, no, this is very after. Terminator's like 80.
Okay.
Yeah, Terminator.
So he's tried to resurrect the Cyborg franchise, or
I don't know that Cyborg's a franchise. I think it's just a one-off movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll be sure in a second. Terminator's 84, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's almost like a full 10 years after.
Okay, so Cyborg does have 2 sequels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Cyborg sequels do keep Van Damme, so that's going for it. But they don't keep Andrew Pune. I don't think he's actually Albert. Sorry, I keep getting A names mixed up. Albert only directs the first one. Yeah, he only directs the first one. But those movies are Van Damme things.
So was the main character actually supposed to be foreign in this film, or is it because of Olivier's? Oliver's? I like, think does he?
Yeah.
Is he foreign?
Oh, Oliver Grunier is. I think he's French.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got quite a thick accent on him throughout this film, and I'm not going to say it's doing him a whole lot of favors, because it is definitely not.
No, I think they were maybe hoping to make a Schwarzenegger out of him. But yeah, he just Which I don't know, maybe. like if Schwarzenegger, like if the situations were reversed, like if Schwarzenegger was in this movie and Gruner was in Terminator, I think Gruner does a lot better.
In Terminator?
Well, yeah, no, because Terminator is a good movie. This isn't as much of a good movie.
Yeah, you've got a lot working for you.
Yeah, no, like
in Terminator.
Yeah, no, I think even if you have like a bad, like someone who's not nearly as talented as Arnold, you get like a pretty, you get still a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's doing it. I make actually a bunch of comparisons because there is like, because Oliver Gruner does have his Gurney, I suppose. He does a good like Schwarzenegger impression in this, where he like shoots his way through a building and is just sort of like doing a very Schwarzenegger yell. And then the bad guy in this, he does a really good Schwarzenegger line, which I want to get on a soundboard at some point. But yeah, this was sort of a pet project from Albert Pune. He had been trying to get this off the table for years. I think even from the time they were doing Cyborg, but it didn't eventually take. This movie would have cost about $100,000 to make, which is not a lot, and then they ended up making $2 million, which is a nice little turnover, which got them the rest of their movies. And then they did a bunch of they were doing a bunch of low budget stuff. So wait, hold on.
That makes a fuck ton of sense, actually.
Yeah. Wait, Wikipedia
when I think about it, like this had to.
Wikipedia is saying there's 4 sequels. Is there a Nemesis 5? Son of a bitch, there's a Nemesis
5. Give me a year on that. Now that we're talking about, because I'm kind of curious on just how far the series goes at this point.
The reason I don't have Nemesis 5 is because Nemesis 5 was released in 2017.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so
from 1992 to 2017, there's been 5 movies.
Wait, hold on. IMDb is telling me that Cyborg and Nemesis are part of the same franchise. Hold on. Do I have to fucking watch a bunch of Van Damme movies to understand this whole franchise? Is this what I have to do?
No clue.
Oh, this is just what some guy is saying. Okay, that's just what some reviewer is saying. That's just what some reviewer is saying. I don't know if that's actually true. Which would also imply there's like,
just going off the basis of the fact that Andrew Pune was in both.
Yeah.
Like both the director of Nemesis and Cyborg, that somebody's like, we're gonna lump them in together.
Yeah, no.
As films.
Pune didn't even do the rest of the Cyborg movies. So God damn it. Now I gotta watch the fucking Cyborg movies too because of this random asshole? Is this what I have to do? Fucking Platypus Chow? Fuck you, frankly. You're on my shit list. I'll find you. Platypus Chow. I'll make you Platypus Chow.
Quite frankly, nobody is forcing you. That's the thing. Nobody is force feeding you Cyborg movies at this point in time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try to let it go. So let's get into the movie because we're like fucking 40 minutes into this recording. This is going to be a long one. We talked about a bunch of stuff. I might cut some of it. So yeah, Nemesis. So the premise of Nemesis is that in the season 5 episode of Star Trek Next Generation, Picard is captured by the Romulans while going to meet with Spock, and they capture some of his DNA and then clone him for a really bad Star Trek movie. And Cody's just sort of, I can feel him staring at me.
Here's the thing. This joke would be funny if I've watched any other Star Trek movie except for the Chris Pine ones.
I mean, the Chris Pine ones some of them are okay. I mean, Beyond confirms my favorite Star Trek ship of Spock and Bones. Like that movie just straight up has like Bones confessing his love to Spock. So that's a good note on my book. It confirms my ship. So yeah, that's fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Once again, this Star Trek reference is going straight over my head, considering I've never watched any other Spock and Bones except for the Chris Pine version. So
yeah, which I mean, you got the bit beyond where like Spock, where Bones is just like confesses his love to him. So that's the important bit.
No, actually, I don't
remember that. Yeah.
Which one's beyond?
The third one.
Okay, I stopped after the second one. So
okay, fair enough. Just sort of defeated. And for the I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get in a fight with the people in the comments we don't have about the fact that like what clearly happened on screen. I don't care that Spock was dating a horror in those movies. I've watched the original series. I know what I saw. But yeah, no, anyway, so I guess those series of events brought us to this Oliver Gruner movie where Oliver Gruner plays plays like Officer Alex Rain, which is just like the most detective-y name ever.
I also love the fact that he's an LAPD officer and they're like worldwide conspiracy, like
oh yeah, no, it's
cyborg conspiracy going on. It's like the importance of the LAPD and like he's not even like a CIA agent or like a FBI agent. He's like a police officer.
It's so
I guess
weird.
It's detective, but
I mean, there's something very cyberpunk about like the LAPD getting that out of control. Like that just strikes me as a thing that like makes sense.
I mean, remember back in like 2018, everybody was like calling to defund the police, and everybody is like, "Oh, why would you defund the police? The police are important. Who are you gonna call when your life's in danger or whatever?" And it's like, anybody else, like, but like, this is what happens if the police just get way too.
I'm just holding up a tablet to Congress showing the Rodney King beating.
And I mean, like, just so many more beatings before that. Like, this is like, Rodney King is just like the tip of the iceberg in like what 1990s to like, for civil rights at that point in time. Like,
I don't know I forget when Rodney King was,
which is kind of ironic. I think it was 92.
Oh, so topical. Yeah, no, Rodney King riots,
so basically, really,
that's a relevant comment to this movie. You can't claim I'm being political. This movie was released in in the time of the Rodney King riot, so you can't complain about this being a political. Okay. Oh, Rodney. I didn't realize Rodney King was still alive. Oh yeah, Rodney. No, I thought they killed him. Oh no, he's alive. Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh, no, wait, no, he's not still alive, but he didn't die in the beating.
Yeah, that's weird. I just always assumed that.
Yeah. No, he passed away in 2012.
Yeah. Which is gross. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No,
like just absolutely disgusting that like we're still having the conversation of the Rodney King riots in 1992 in the age of 2024, having our own riots and protests in the wake of George Floyd's murder in 2019, and we're still having the same conversation that we were having in 1992 over and over again. So.
92, 75, but
I digress.
62, 69.
Yeah.
Those aren't even like, I'm not even
so like, once again,
I'm just saying random years, and like you'll probably be able to pick out the one from that year. I'm not even like, I'm like vaguely trying to like, okay, when was the Zoot Suit riot? I don't know. The Detroit race riots.
I mean, it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
So, like, And I mean, we're just covering like Black American history at that point in time. We're not even like including indigenous history or like Mexican Americans or
Zoot Suit Riot
any
was
other.
actually, I think, a
Uh,
Mexican American one. Uh,
okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah, but yeah, moving on.
I'm just going off of
Yeah.
yeah. So once again, defund the police before.
Yeah, the Zoot Suit is like a 40s like weird suit coat that like Hispanic people like to wear.
Oh, what?
A zoot suit. It's like
okay.
yeah, it's a suit coat that I think Hispanic guys like to wear back in the 50s.
Huh. Weird.
It was a weird name for it. It's not like they're probably still around. It's just people don't call them that anymore. And it was probably something they were trying to say,
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
derivatively. Anyway, shit. I just as we were having this, I just had a thought. There's no black guys in this movie, is there?
No.
There are like
I thought maybe there was an African American, or I don't know, Black American. I guess Black American's like the new technical correct term, right?
Maybe Margene Holden. She's maybe like she's maybe like a African American lady. Maybe. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought there was at least one
yeah.
in the beginning.
Oh yeah, she's yeah, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, she might be African American. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like yeah. She's from Minnesota. Right. I remember that. I was because I made a joke about the villain of this movie being from Minnesota, which we always knew the Minnesotans would doom us in the end. No, I think she might be. Yeah. So I guess yeah, maybe one. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, a lot of Asian characters.
Oh, did you get a good read on what island they're on?
Oh, they called it I don't think it's a real island. I think it's just like I remember what they call it.
So here's my argument. I don't remember if they are on an island or not, but they kept on bringing up a volcano, so like in theory they're on Hawaii.
I mean that it's a whole Ring of Fire thing. Like there's a lot of volcanic islands in that area. Oh, they're in Java. They're in the town of a place called Shang.
I don't know where that is.
Java is a like a Pacific Island ocean. Yeah, it's near the Indian Ocean. It's a lot of Indonesians live there apparently. The world's most populous island with a population of 151 million people. Oh yeah, it's sort of like it's on those islands that are like south of the like Vietnam and Laos.
Okay, so it goes international. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, I
didn't catch on to that.
Yeah, it's like south of Vietnam, that peninsula that has like Vietnam and Laos, and it's like west of Papua New Guinea. Yeah, no, it's on that little stretch.
Okay,
also, I guess
sense.
south of the Philippines too, southwest of the Philippines, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's the Philippines anyway.
So it goes into world politics at that point in time, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like it goes into like pseudo international America at that point.
I'm trying to figure out if it's like if it was ever like a protectorate of like the United States or something.
Oh, I'm talking about in universe.
Oh, I mean,
like the United States fuses with Japan and becomes
that's a weird thing that they dropped in this movie.
Overworld.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah, that's the thing. They dropped that the United States and Japan have merged, but they still have like separate. Like there's still a Japanese prime minister and a American president.
Does Japan have a prime minister?
Yeah, they're prime minister.
No, I thought they were.
Yeah, prime minister.
They had a royal family.
Well, they have one. I don't think they're just in power anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I I don't know if they're. Yeah, I think there's a Prime Minister of Japan. I don't know if they have a. I guess Emperor might be head of state. Yeah, there's no
Mm-hmm.
president of the. No. Japan uses a prime minister. As of
Huh.
I don't know I guess World War II, but they might have had one before that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't remember my
Okay.
yeah plot. Yeah, movie. Yeah, okay.
Plot. I just looked at her timer and we're at like 53 minutes and we're not even into the whole entire like discussion of, and I'm not saying that this is like a point in favor of the movie of like making us think about this stuff. No, it's just like oddly confusing and like very badly narrated. So like fully grasping my head around the plot, I have to like confer with Kyle to make sure that I am actually getting where they are coming from here. So
It's not like the movie has a consistent like message. Like I'm not sure who the bad guys are.
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, like of the movie, I know who the bad guys are, but like they're like, okay, are the humans the evil ones? Are the machines the evil ones? I think they're going for an everyone sucks angle, but yeah, no, like the big threat, they're like the movie seems to be doing like a big anti-robot thing, but then the robots are like, oh yeah, the humans mistreat us, and also the humans made Oliver Gruner into more of a robot. So that's a whole thing. It seems like a more of like a claiming humanity thing, but I don't know. And I don't know, maybe I don't
I'm gonna say this doesn't really digress into the whole human sucks angle if you get into the second movie and it's like, well, the cyborgs took over, so like, like they're definitely making a bigger statement within the second movie than they did in the first one. So,
and I'm not sure how that all relates to, I guess, Oliver Groner, Alex Rain becoming a woman in the second one. I think is what happens. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it just seems like okay. The second and third and fourth one star a woman named Alex, who's at the top of the thing. So
so the thing is, in the second one, Alex is, I'm assuming, a baby.
okay, maybe okay.
So I think it's when I was saying or talking about the Messiah stuff earlier, it was because this baby was being handed like a necklace and being like left in the wilderness to like fend for itself or whatever the fuck happened to the second one. Once again, I watched like 15 minutes of it, so I don't really have like a strong understanding of exactly what it ended up happening.
Yeah, and I guess the fourth one declares her Alex Sinclair, which is just a weird change. I don't know. Moving on. Alex Rain is a special operative for a counter-terrorist operative for the LAPD, which has grown slightly more out of control in the near future. I don't know if they say the year, but I'm looking for it.
Okay, so the second one, the cyborg army crushes them in 2027.
Oh yeah, 2027 is the year this movie
So
takes in, so
no, the year 2027 is when the second movie takes place in.
okay, it also says this is when this one takes place. I don't know, maybe a little, but
Well, okay, maybe humanity falls within the next 6 months of
yeah, maybe this is in
the
January.
second film, but like,
yeah, or
I'm not gonna
yeah,
claim to be an expert on the.
who knows? All these are tropical locations. Who can tell what the season is? Yeah, I don't know how tropical people tell what the season is. That's I don't know. It's pretty easy for me because eventually it just becomes 40 below out, and that's how you know the season changed.
Well, okay, we did hit minus 40, but minus 50 even.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Briefly.
Briefly for like 4 days, and then it got up to like plus 8, and now it's been back down to like minus 23 during the nighttime. Anyways, it's weird. Saskatchewan's weird. That's what I'm saying.
We see our hero, who is a cyborg, who is like partially made of, who has like robotic enhancements, and he goes to make out with some lady, and eventually I guess she's a terror, like a doing something. I don't know what's happening really. They just eventually the girl stops making out with him and is just like, "Oh yeah, you're a cop," and they pull a gun on each other, and she's just like, "Oh, you goddamn cop," and then he's like, "Oh, you goddamn terrorist," and then blows her head off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's our hero. Our hero leaves, and then passes some guys who end up being her friends, who end up having to chase him down and shoot, and they have a big gunfight where eventually Oliver Gruner has to run up the side of a building that's collapsed as a way to get away from the people that are chasing him, and eventually he barely gets away, and he gets into a building, and one of the ladies chasing him fires a grenade into the building that he's hiding in, and and he gets really badly injured, to the point where we see all his robotic parts. And she wanders into the building just in time to see this dog lick at his wounds. This dog, definitely very important to the movie, and isn't going to be nothing bad's going to happen to the dog. Don't worry about it. Definitely nothing that I won't. I definitely won't just be describing what happens to this dog in 10 minutes. The dog definitely lives through the entire movie. Sorry, guys, this is going to serve as your content warning for dogs surviving the rest of the movie. Yeah, the last of the ladies that was chasing him, because he gunned down the rest of them, comes in and shoots at him. Is like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to shoot at you. You're not even human anymore. You're only like 15% human." And she manages to get away, and the guy and the LAPD drone shows up and goes to recover Alex Rain's what's left of him, and then they replace him with even more robot parts, so he's even less human. And like, it's pointed out that like he doesn't feel a lot of pain anymore, and that's a whole thing. So yeah, he gets a whole new setup, and he ends up having to do a bunch of physical therapy, which he apparently does in Baja. Nice place to do it. Seems nice. Glad he's having a little vacation here. Oh no, he's not on vacation. He's here to kill the lady who got away in the first place, and then he shoots her and the bartender that are in this ghost town for whatever reason. I guess maybe they're pretending to run a tourist trap. I don't know. He's got the dog with him, which has grown tremendously in 6 months, which I guess sometimes happens with dogs. I don't know. I don't own one.
Depends on the breed.
It's a white dog. That's all I know. It's a big, fluffy boy.
Yeah, that's a breed of dog.
Yep. Big, fluffy white boy. That's in someone's Tinder profile, you know. That's definitely somebody's weird Tinder profile. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, after he shoots the people, two ladies from the LAPD, which are both like full androids. They call them cyborgs, which is inaccurate because cyborgs are part human, where androids are robots, which is a thing that also Dragon Ball Z got wrong in reverse. Yeah, this is the reverse of Dragon Ball Z in a lot of ways. So yeah, if you don't like Dragon Ball Z, you'll really like this movie, I guess. I don't know. Try it out. Maybe you will like it. It's alright. The acting's not very good. Special effects are kind of cool, though.
In Dragon Ball Z or this?
Yes. You know what?
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, special effects are kind of good. Acting's not always the best. Yeah, that checks out for both those series. I feel like, especially if you're like going with the '90s stuffs or whatever. So yeah, Alex says he quits, and then so he walks off. His dog stays behind and bites one of the androids, Sam, and then Sam does what cops do best on the dog. She murders the dog. The dog bites her, and then she murders the dog, even though she is a robot, and this doesn't really hurt her.
So this is basically John Wick at this point.
Except we never mentioned the dog for the rest of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he's not really avenging the dog. He doesn't seem to care too much about the dog, honestly. He just sort of leaves the dog behind. You think the dog is going to be a big deal, but nope. That would have made this movie better if the dog was a big deal, wouldn't it? Hi guys, I am Cool Cyborg, played by kickboxer Oliver Grunet. Here is my dog. We fight crime. And that's just the perfect movie.
Even if it would, yeah, exactly. You could definitely like lean heavily into the cyborg angle that like this guy's keeping the dog around to remind him like of his humanity type ordeal. But I mean, maybe I'm giving way too much credit to the writing here.
I mean, they didn't do it, so yeah. I mean, you've given them a better idea. 30 years too late.
Somebody is out there taking notes.
I think Albert Pune's still alive. He could take that into account.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, the dog gets duly protected by the proud members of the LAPD. I suppose I should introduce the two. Yeah, the lady that shoots the dog, she is Sam. She is the evil cyborg, and there's Sharon. That's not her name.
Shannon?
I don't think it's Shannon.
Sarah?
No, I don't think it's Sarah, actually.
Sam?
No, Sam's the evil one.
Sandra.
Yeah, it doesn't help that she's like not technically a major character, despite like having a lot of importance to the rules. Not even on the main Google page. I got to go into the actual Wikipedia to get her name. Jared. Yeah, no, it is Jared. Played by Marjorie Monaghan. Monaghan's how they pronounce that, I think. So she's the good cyborg who had a relationship with Alex Rain, which, yeah, that's a thing. Which, you know, I kind of wish this was just like 3. You probably could have 3 movies right here. I think that would probably be cool. I think you could decompress this a fair bit, honestly.
Once again, like I was fairly jarred by their whole jump from like, oh, this is a movie about like cyborg intervention into like politics or something along those lines, and then all of a sudden, like the next movie, it's like, well, cyborgs have completely started an apocalypse and humans are now enslaved, and this is how we're gonna like proceed with it. Like, if they were to like have at least started and like finish kind of the storyline a little bit better and sorted out some of the characters, I could see this actually going somewhere, or at least being somewhat interesting, right? So
this movie also had like 3 different alternate endings. I think
geez.
Yeah, I think I get the third one that they mention on Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. It's probably what you got too. It says, it's seen on some video on demands, and it's what I got. Yeah, it's basically, there's a couple other ones. We'll talk about them when we get to it.
If we get to it.
Yeah, if. So, yeah, that's a thing that happens. Yeah, that's the thing. We're introduced to love interest cyborg and evil cyborg. So, yeah, he quits. I also got to point out that he has some fancy cyberpunk glasses that are really circular, which I kind of want, low-key. I kind of want my low-key tiny circular cyberpunk glasses. Which I only bring up because it's a little weird, because I think he gets them destroyed like 3. He has like canonically 3 separate instances of these same sunglasses, because I'm sure those get broken at least twice. because he has them at the beginning. He has them again here after he got blown up in the first bit, or he would have lost them because he doesn't have the sunglasses at the end of that initial fight scene. And then he gets a third, and then in the next scene we're doing right now, where he's in Mexico or something doing smuggling for a little bit, which is just like a footnote. He's wearing like a different pair of sunglasses that's more normal like, and then he gets his old sunglasses back for the rest of the movie until he loses them again. And then I don't think he has sunglasses at the end of the movie. So yeah, he canonically has he had 3 pairs of the same set of sunglasses.
It's a weird thing to notice.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just an odd thing. I have technically seen this movie twice, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's something I noticed. It's kind of neat. And like, I'm like, I kind of noticed it in this one because like, I'm sure those glasses would have been destroyed, right? Which, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, he's doing some smuggling and, he's doing some smuggling in Rio where he meets some, goon who, his face opens up and exposes a gun which shoots him so they can repair him yet again so they can, bring him in. And they bring him to this castle, or like I suppose castle's a strong word. It's like a fort, but it's like in the desert. And it's got like steel bars all over the place. So it's sort of a castle. It's like a stone fort.
Mm-hmm.
Super weird setting, especially since he's here getting like complex techno surgery, I guess. Because after they shot him, they brought him they brought him in to get his head repaired, and they implant a bomb in his chest and say, "Hey, your ex turned rogue, who is Janet, not Janet. God damn it, her name's weird. Jared. She has a
Jared.
Yeah, she has a guy's name for whatever reason. I don't know. Whatever. No relation to the Jared Sin who gets destroyed in the next movie we're doing next. I presume. I hope not. That would be really strange.
Yeah, that's a completely different director.
Oh yeah, no, turns out we watched the movie next week and it's some sort of like weird prequel to this where it takes place in between when we see her in live for action and then what happens at the end of the movie, because it turns out this Jared's been destroyed and her entire brain's just on like a USB disk, but we don't know that yet. And the commissioner of the LAPD, what's his fucking name, Farnsworth, presumably a descendant of Hubert Farnsworth from Futurama, or ancestor.
That's where I heard the name before.
Yeah, no, he's. Yeah, it turns out this is a Futurama prequel, everybody. That probably checks out, actually. You were saying something, or no?
It was weird trying to figure out... Yeah, it was weird trying to figure out where I heard that name before, and yeah, you got it pretty much on the spot.
Professor Hubert Farnsworth.
Because I was like, man, that is a really dumb name for like this LAPD official who's like really not that cool looking. Like he's kind of really nerdy looking, and yeah, the character just doesn't really like wreak mass evil like mastermind like he's supposed to. And then they like try to give him a redemption arc in the end of the movie that didn't really like blow over for me.
Yeah, it was super weird. This guy's in all the movies, by the way. The guy who plays Tim, like Farnsworth, Tim Thomerson, is in all 4 in at least the first 4 Nemesis movies.
Mm-hmm.
So they use a weird number of actors, but yeah, like just a bunch of their 3rd string actors in this movie come back for whatever reason. Oh, that's why I didn't recognize Thomas Jane in this. He's just one of the side characters, only in the movie for like 5 minutes. He plays Billy, who we're gonna meet in a minute.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah. Also, I've only seen Thomas Jane in that one movie, I think. But moving on. So yeah, Jared's gone rogue and is the LAPD guy suggests that that she's stolen some information on the upcoming summit between the American president and the Japanese prime minister, and she is going to steal that information so they can presumably do some sort of assassination. So she took it to Java, and they've put a bomb in Alex's chest so that he'll go track down Jared. So that he has to go track down Jared. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then he's like, okay, well, we have a bomb in your chest and you're going to blow up in 3 days. So he's just like, ugh, whatever. So he moves on. And then our villains whisper, oh, yeah, we're actually just using the bomb as a way to, once he gets it within like 10 feet of Jared, we're just going to set it off. Which, yeah, that's a clever little assassination. Normally, the Suicide Squad bombs aren't that big, but yeah, they've made use of it here. Yeah, they scarcely just say, okay, we're going to make it a big bomb here. Normally, it's just like okay, we're going to kill a guy thing.
Which is generally the whatchamacallit that I got when I was watching this. Like, this scene. Like, the whole, like, explanation around the bomb, I always just assumed it was like we're going to stop your heart type ordeal if you don't follow through. And then I guess when I hear the word bomb, I should probably think a little bit more literally rather than like figuratively. This is a bomb in your chest. But
yeah, they never really use it as like okay, we've kind of made you into a suicide bomber here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they never really do that usually. Which is, yeah, it's actually a very different use of the trope. Yeah, because normally, like, even when, like, in Suicide Squad, when you see the bombs go off, they're just, like, tiny. It just, like, knocks the guy's head off. But, yeah, which is a weird way of doing it. You could put the bomb anywhere. You could just put it, like, center mass, and it'd probably do the job.
No, it has to be the heart.
Yeah, I think that's vague. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, that's center mass, sort of. I mean, sort of bullet terms.
Well, I mean, he's arguably also a cyborg, so, I mean, the bomb has to, like, completely destroy the guy, or he can be brought back.
Oh, yeah, so that's why the bomb would be a lot bigger, too.
I also didn't see just how badly, like how badly he was destroyed after the first fight. Like, was he, like, completely incapacitated, or the way was, like, his legs blown off or something?
He was missing some limbs. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to gauge just how, like, good the science technology is in terms of whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Like,
in terms of the we can rebuild
reprogramming them as a, like, cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we can rebuild him. They're rebooting the $6 million man, but they had to adjust for inflation. So now he's the $6 billion man.
I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or they're actually rebooting the $6 million.
No, they're doing it. It's like I'll Google it right now. I think it's 6 billion. Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, it's good to see Mark Wahlberg's getting some shit thrown at him, at least. Kind of fell off my radar for a while.
Yeah.
He's all right sometimes.
Yeah, he can do a job. Yeah, no, it looks like they started stuff in 2015 and they lost their director and yeah, no, it's just in development hell, it looks like. Anyway, they might have a trailer. It might be filmed, but they haven't finished it. I don't think. Anyway, moving on to finish this stupid movie. I don't mind it. I'm just being I'm cranky today. Don't know why.
Fair enough.
I don't mind this movie. So yeah, Alex Rain shows up in Java to go track down his ex-girlfriend. And he gets accosted by some guys who just pull a gun on him and are just like, hey, immigration. And Alex Rain just roundhouse kicks them, which is really funny. Just like, poof, and then beats up the guys who started chasing him. But you don't have to worry about him being a badass for so long, because as he's walking in, we get to see, we get a full view of Thomas Jane's whole ass as he's like staring through a window. And we see him and another lady, I forget her name, Let's see if I can find her. Julian? Yeah, Julian, I think that she is. She's hanging out with Thomas Jane, and like they're both naked, and he's like staring through a window, keeping an eye out for Alex Rain to show up. Yeah, he eventually sees him do this. So he's just like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, baby, I'll take care of this guy for you." And she's just like, "I don't know about that. I think you're actually working for the LAPD." And then they kill him. Her and her buddy Michelle, the big old Monty guard. They have a habit of this name of using different, like getting different gendered names weird, which is fine. It's just that they do it like 3 times and it gets confusing. Yeah, Michelle, played by Vincent Klein, who's like this big motherfucker. And they kill Thomas Jane because he's just sort of a minor character in this, even though he's at the second to top of the fucking Google cast list, because I guess he's most famous. He's not like, he's in like The Mist, and I'm supposing this movie Hung, which I assume is another movie where you get to see him naked. Actually, it's a TV show. Moving on. We're ignoring this. Fuck. Enough about Thomas Jane. He did a cool minute at the end of the last term. Moving on. We're not talking about the Punisher. Yeah, so that's a thing. Alex goes to a hotel and gets greeted by this Japanese guy with a gun. Why all the Java? I guess maybe these guys are Javanese, which is, I guess, what you call people from Java. So that's maybe a possible. Those are also like Asian peoples, or big, like they're ethnically similar. They don't mention that these guys are like Yakuza or anything. You're just kind of assuming they kind of just exude a Japanese vibe.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they state that these guys are Japanese. But he's looking. But he goes and gets this hotel, get this place in this hotel, and he gets set up there. And instantly, the guys in the Javanese mob, we presume, show up and start to beat the shit out of him. And they're like, "Oh, dude, you gotta tell me some stuff." And he's just like, fine. I have a bomb in my chest. I'm supposed to meet with this lady, Jared. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna leave you alone now because you got a bomb in your chest." Which, they actually act like it's a big bomb now that I'm thinking about it. So, and he's also clued in. Alex is also clued into the fact that if he gets within 10 feet of Jared or whatever, they're gonna set off the bomb and he's gonna explode. So he's just sort of in like a dark place too, which they don't mention enough. Yeah, and he confesses that I don't give a shit if Jared gives the information to whoever. They talk about her giving the information to these guys called the Red Army Hammerheads, which I presumed was a bunch of Japanese communists. I don't know, some of them are based. There's some cool Japanese communists out there, and some not cool Japanese communists. But they're a thing. That's a proud tradition. So he gets beat up for a little bit, and he's just like, and then the not Yakuza leave, and he's just like, "Okay, I gotta get a shower because I feel filthy." Yeah, Michelle comes into the shower, which normally you want a Michelle in the shower with you, but I guess not in this case because this Michelle's a big old guy, which maybe also still not a problem. It is a problem when he punches his way through the glass and knocks you against the wall, and not in a fun way. I guess that's still not enough. Yeah, no, it's in a threatening way that is not less sexual, despite the fact that Oliver Gruner is naked for the next 5 minutes of screen time. Yeah, so he's just like struggling for a gun as Michelle slaps this scanner thing onto him. Michelle scans Alex, and eventually Alex reaches for a gun and shoots Michelle, whose help they definitely won't need in 5 minutes. So he gets out of the shower and points a gun at our good lady friend Julian. Cannot take my eyes off that for a minute. Though to be fair, I do not believe they say her name in the script in the movie. They maybe say it once, so this is only semi my fault. So Julian's just like, "Hey, stand still." She says to Alex that Jared is dead, and says, "Hey, you're being they're tracking your what you hear and see through a implant in your eyeball, and I need to go take that out for you." And he's just like, fine. Let me guess, it's gonna sting a little bit. And she's like, "Oh no, it's gonna hurt like hell." So we get a very, to me, very disturbing scene where she pulls out the ocular implant is like in like a tube form and takes some parts out of it so that Farnsworth can't spy on them. And at this point, Farnsworth is just like, "Oh, good, we lost them. We're gonna need to go take care of this then." So we get a bunch of Farnsworth's goons come to attack them. And after the procedure is done, Julian's just like, "Hey, you need to get away. Go find." Actually, she hands him the flash drive containing Jared's AI and says, "Hey, you can plug this into a computer and talk to her." So go do that, and then go to the volcano where you'll find a jet to get out of here and get the information that's on this flash drive, which is also that Farnsworth has been killed and replaced by a android who is actually Sam from the beginning, the evil android who had killed the dog. Sandra, and then, yeah, so Sam's really the villain of this thing, who is inhabiting the body of a cyborg duplicate of Farnsworth. So she's just like, "Okay, do that. I'm going to hold off the goons." And she does so, and she gets, and the room is probably filled with 1,000,000,000,000 bullets, and she is like literally bisected is the word I'm looking for, where she is shot into two pieces, and she's just like staring at and she gets stopped by Farnsworth, and she's just like, "I'll be back," an obvious Terminator reference, and he's just like, "I don't think so," and shoots her. Which, yeah, no, this movie's clearly really trying to ape Terminator. Yeah, which I have feelings about. Also, Alex gets out of this building by firing his gun in a circle around his feet, so that he drills a tunnel with gunfire down to the lower floors of the hotel, which I only thought was 2 floors, but it seems like he went through 3 floors. Maybe he got to the roof, I'm not sure. After this, he starts to run off. It's also revealed in this bit that the goal of the cyborgs is to kill all humans, because they're evil and are controlling the government. Yeah, that's just the thing. As Alex escapes and is making his way through the streets, we get a really funny scene where this old lady is getting mugged by one of Farnsworth's goons, and she pulls out after she's finished being accosted and gets her back turned on him. And gets his back turned on her. She pulls out a big gun and shoots him like 7 times, killing him. And it's just like, "Oh, geez, can't walk around the fucking city anymore." It's really great. It's great scene.
Yeah, that was probably one of the better scenes in this, in my opinion. Like, just a little old lady who's like going shopping, and she's like, "Fucking cyborgs," just wandering around the city, and she's like pulls out a handgun and just blasts him. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, no, that was great. It's a fun little meme. I did see another review of this movie a while back, where that was like the intro scene where they showed off what was cool about the movie, and that was, yeah, it's great. Alex gets caught up with the guy who shot him by having his face turn into a gun or open up to reveal a gun. So he gets into a fist fight with him, and he's about to do that, and the guy's about to do that again with his face in the gun, and ends up knocking his head into a steel beam. And Alex is able to kill him. One of the other goons gets ahead of him and is pointing a gun down at him and is just about to kill him. And then everyone's favorite character shoots the goon that's about to kill Alex. And we're introduced to everyone's favorite everyone's favorite character, absolute nothing wrong with her, Max Impact. Max Impact, played by Merle Kennedy, who is a lady who walks around the entire movie with just like a sports bra top, bikini top, sports bra top. I don't know. I don't know my ladies' clothes names. Sport top. I don't know. Moving on. I'm not going back and forth about what this clothes is. We're moving on. Yeah, she's a lady that looks like a Bond girl, but acts like a 10-year-old kid sidekick. She's the worst. I hate her. Yeah, I just, it's just, she has one of those, I don't know where she's from. I'm just trying to figure out where she's from, because she's got like, she's one of the characters in this movie has like a really thick accent. Almost as thick as Olivier's. It doesn't say where she's from. Just that she was born in 1967. Yeah, no, she's just she's a very infantilized character who's dressed in a skimpy outfit, which feels weird. And some of that's done by the accent. I'm not gonna lie. Some ladies from that part of the world, they do like, how many like VTubers of age just have that like really childlike accent when they speak English? Like I've known of this phenomenon, but it's just they're making it super weird here, and also it's just like she's not doing a very good job. It's not like you can make that endearing, but they're not doing it very well here. She says, "Oh, I can be your guide. I'm gonna guide you to a place." And she guides him to a place where he gets captured by the Japanese guys we had found earlier in the movie, and it turns out that they are the Red Army Hammerheads. And Olivier has Alex has the chip relieved from him at this point, and they're talking, and she's just like, it's at this point revealed that Max's sister was the lady that Alex had killed in Baja. So that's a thing, which also doesn't help. They're also trying to give this really childish character angst, which doesn't work. Yeah. She's just going back and forth too, which doesn't help. Like, she goes back and forth from this really cheery character to this like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you because you're such a monster." Yeah, which doesn't end up working. So yeah, during this, they fight. The bad guys fire a bullet into this building. And Sam Farnsworth, Sam in the Farnsworth body. I guess robot, I don't know. We're gonna just fast forward through that, but they have a big explosive rounded handgun. So they just have like a regular sized handgun, which when it fires at a place, blows up like a grenade, which is kind of funny. So that gets fired into this warehouse where they're hiding, and the LAPD goons end up killing all the Red Army Hammerheads, including the main one, who is Angie, played by Kari Hiroki Tagawa. Sorry, he's not. They put him really high up, but he's not one of the main characters, really. He's got a couple more scenes than everyone else, but the Google cast list here is.
I think that's because they keep on trying to rank it by like popularity instead of like, oh, this is a character and this is like one of the main characters, and I think this guy goes on to play some roles in like the Karate Kid movies and like television series. Maybe I'm thinking of the younger guy.
He's in the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
As who though?
Not sure. Come on, we can find out. He's in a movie called Johnny Tsunami, which I do believe he stars in. Oh, he plays Sang Shun in that.
Oh, geez. So, like, very prominent in the movie.
Yeah.
Because that's like the main villain of the Mortal Kombat series.
Yeah, no, he's that. Johnny Tsunami in the movie Johnny Tsunami.
Sorry, repeat the name.
He plays Johnny Tsunami in the movie Johnny Tsunami.
No. Repeat the actor's name. Sorry.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Okay, yeah, I've got no clue.
No, that's not very. He's in Showdown in Little Tokyo. Yeah, he's sort of prominent. He does a few things. He's around. He's a pretty reliable Asian actor who can speak English, who they get for a few things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a popularity contest within the Wikipedia page. So,
Oh, I think he plays. I think he also plays Johnny Tsunami in the sequel to Johnny Tsunami, which is Johnny Kapala Back on Board. This is a weird tangent. It doesn't mean anything. I'm moving on. Because this character's dead now. Our villains have the flash drive containing Jared, and Alex Rain Tarzan's his way through them and grabs the flash drive. Yeah, it's literally that silly. Like, it's a really out of place scene because Max's attitude infects the rest of this movie, and suddenly this is a kids movie for the last 30 minutes. Except when it's not. Except the really gory deaths and the fact that he gets scalped in the last 3 seconds. But yeah, no, this is super. This is super not weird at all.
mm-hmm.
And as they're running away again, what's the guy's name again? The guy playing Farnsworth, Tim Thomerson, gives his best line read of the movies, where he's just like, "These fucking humans." Just I did that in very Schwarzenegger-like, but you can feel it. You can feel the Schwarzenegger-ish in this line. There's the energy in this movie.
Also, one of the cyborgs at that point, like earlier on in the film, was like, "I'll be back." Yep. So there's definitely the influence from whatchamacallit is very prevalent throughout the film. So
I don't know. I mean, this is better than a lot of the Terminator movies. Mind you, there's only like 2 actual good ones. So
yeah, fair enough.
I'll watch this.
I should go watch that after this.
The original Terminator? Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I take this over.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and watched the full Terminator film.
Oh, really? Oh, they're good. The first 2 are good. But no, I'd rather watch this than watch like Salvation, or I guess not Genesis. Genesis is the one. Genesis is Dark Fate.
The new one?
Genesis was the first try at making a new one.
Mm-hmm.
They made Genesis and Dark Fate, which were both like alternate continuities, which were also just separate sequels to the Terminator movies, with separate timelines and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's worse or better. They're just sort of like, I could take either one. I just feel about neutral about either of them. I'm not convinced either of them is better. Moving on. So Max gets knocked unconscious, so Alex has to hold her over his shoulder so that we get to stare at her butt for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, great, whatever. That's fine. I'd be more appreciative of the eye candy if she had a better, like, less juvenile performance. They really don't get a good performance out of her. That's just the fact of the matter. Yeah, no, it's not doing it. Like, maybe, but she is just not doing it for me. It's like one of those. Yeah, moving on. Yeah, so they have to run away for a bit, and earlier Max and Alex had escaped the villains by jumping into a river, and they're doing that again, except this time Alex also doesn't have a shirt on. Alex has most of his shirt torn away at this point. River escape too, with less shirt. And as he's jumping off into the river, he does a vertical backflip 360 no scope and shoots Farnsworth android with his grenade launcher thing, but not actually a grenade launcher. It's just like a high-tech grenade launcher. And we get to see the Farnsworth android as a stop-motion Terminator thing, like in the original Terminator. Which, yeah, this is just straight up ripped off from the original Terminator. This movie is ripping off things from Terminator now, except we just have Terminator doesn't have max impact, being annoying. So yeah, at this point they're able to get away. They run past a bunch of Mitsubishi brand wind turbines. They wander into the volcano. They find a pilot there waiting for them. Max gets into the pilot. Alex has to go into the cargo hold because there's only 2 seats. Which why a 2-seater plane has a like full-sized cargo hold is beyond me, but whatever. So Skeleton Farnsworth jumps onto the plane, tears his way into the cargo hold, and ends up ripping his way in there. Him and Alex get into a fight, which eventually results in like Alex getting like what's the word? Scalped, but like not in the like Western sense, just like literally gets his scalp cut off by the edge of the plane. Skeletal robot Farnsworth continues to get into a fight with him, and eventually is just going on about Alex. He owns Alex, and Alex is just replies to him with just like, "Hey, if you want me, you can just take back what you did to rebuild me." And he detaches his arm from his body so that Skeletal Farnsworth falls into a volcano, into the side of a mountain. I'm not sure, either way. And then yeah, we cut to our next scene after the final fight, where we find Alex is all swaddled in bandages and in like a hospital bed where they're talking to the computer, like the AI remains of Jaren, and they say in order to get the remains of Jaren out of the information from Jaren's mind out of her, they're gonna have to dissolve her AI, which yeah is just whatever, a thing that has to happen. Alex just needs to be physically wheeled away on his stretcher, and he just starts crying about losing his girlfriend, which is yeah. We get our penultimate scene here where Alex confronts a guy who was one of the guys from the LAPD who was sort of mean to him when he was getting rebuilt, and he just comes out with like these awesome pale blue glowing eyes, and kills a guy. Yeah, he was just a guy who said some mean things to Alex earlier in the movie. This doesn't seem terribly significant, but it does give us a really iconic shot for the movie, something to put on the DVD covers there. Then we transition into the last scene of the movie. Alex has retrieved a letter from Farnsworth, which had been recovered, which the Jaren AI had told him about, and is reading it in the rain, in the Alex rain.
It's kind of dumb because I didn't catch on to that, but like he's like in this white shirt and like brown pants, and it's like furry for whatever fucking reason or whatever, and he's sitting there and he's like, it is like super edgy because it's like, oh, if I'm in the rain, nobody can see me cry or whatever bullshit they try and justify this with or whatever. And yeah, once again, doesn't really deserve a redemption arc.
Yeah, a redemption arc for a character we've never seen on screen. We've never met him. He's just around. Like, we've only ever seen this robot duplicate of him. And yeah, so redemption for this entirely fictional character.
Just super convoluted.
Like, for the purposes of the audience, this character does not exist. We've like this. Yeah, it's a character never appears on screen, and has never like has any actual interactions with the characters, and yeah, just entirely meaningless. Like
Once
the
again,
interaction.
having the foresight into the next movie, this once again does not fucking matter because they're like, oh, humanity has fallen, so.
Yeah, that's gonna be super strange if like none of this is has any bearing on like the future movies. Which I don't know, maybe because this character comes back, maybe this matters, but I don't know. But yeah, the movie ends with him reading this letter, and then as him and Max Impact are walking away, we get two voiceovers. One from the Farnsworth robot, and another one which people presume to be Sam from earlier in the movie, who is taken over the Farnsworth robot, and then they say, and then one of the voices who are both playing the same character in this movie technically, one of them says, "Should we take him out?" and the other one says, "Why not?" And then that's the end of the movie. So yeah, and so what do you give the movie, Cody?
I don't know. For like a bad Terminator ripoff, I give it like I don't know, 5 out of 10. I'm gonna go half. Wasn't great. I wasn't as hung up on the whole Max Payne thing as you were, so
Yeah, I'm on a 4. I don't feel like I'm getting what I want out of the movie. Yeah, I just don't think I'm
that's
getting that much out
pretty
of
fair.
it.
I mean, also the if I'm just talking on this movie alone and not the whole like convoluted sequel portion of the series, then yeah, I'd probably gonna stick to my 5. But if you're throwing it into the fact that it's a multi uh part series, and also you said that there was 4, no, 3 different endings, no, 3 different endings to this whole entire film that we didn't get into because like it just gets even more convoluted by the end of it. And this is their best cut, apparently. Like, where they kill off both the two main characters.
Yeah, so we actually saw like one of the alternate. This is actually considered one of the alternate endings that we saw. Um, I think the original theatrical one doesn't have the little voiceover at the end with Farnsworth and Sam. Um, this is this yeah we saw the scene you're most commonly gonna see. It was on my
Mm-hmm.
Blu-ray and on the on most of the video demands that I presume you saw. But between then and now, there was a extended version released in some other markets where they cut out the fight with the Farnsworth
Oh,
Terminator skeleton. Also, uh, like have him physically turn. Have him Farnsworth physically turn to a character off screen because he didn't get destroyed in the cut without the fight. So his character literally turns and talks to the off screen female voice. And that version also has a little bit more of the scene where uh, Alice confronts the guy from the beginning, Jermaine, I think they call him, and Jermaine just has a scene where he's just like, uh, "Oh yeah, yeah, he's just asking if security's good," and then yeah, but yeah, it's a whole weird thing. Yeah, it's super odd. I don't know what the reasons for any of that are.
yeah, I just don't know the answer to this. Like, what do you think would be the best ending if you were to like have to choose? Gun to your head. Do you think this is the best ending, or do you think that they could have like done so much better?
Yeah, like it's probably the best ending we have. I don't know that there's I mean, beyond like reshooting the entire movie or whatever. or reshooting other scenes. I think this is the best movie ending we
I'm trying
have.
not to like look at this series as a whole because that feels kind of cheating and like just taking the film with a grain of salt and like how it's supposed to be intended just doesn't work for me. And I mean the sequels don't sound like they exactly work for me. I would have liked to see some more of this rather than oh, this is a post-apocalyptic human cyborg war at this point in time. I would have just preferred to see more cyberpunk drama going on. So, and I'm not saying bring back the
Same.
characters, but I am saying like maybe world build it a little better and like actually build your way up to a big ending where your cyber war just I wonder how yeah like just how hopefully because I don't really fully know much about the whole entire Terminator like lines world building how well it's done roughly like if I go watch Terminator am I going to be more impressed with it than I am this film because I know Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 are kind of good. Terminator 3 I think I watched Rise of the Machines back in like 2003 because my dad was really into the films but besides that like it's gonna start getting weird depending on the timeline depending on the
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know that the Terminator has like good lore, really, but it's like consistent, which is all you can
Mhm.
ask for sometimes. At least until you get into like these dumb like sequel like 2010
Yeah,
sequels or
that
whatever.
kind of makes sense. And I mean, that's not even including like the TV show because they tried to do a Sarah Connor TV show with uh Lena Headey, the lady who played Cersei in Game of Thrones back in like 2011, I do believe. But once again, that's
Oh, yeah, right. I haven't really seen that.
I mean, I think it only lasted something like 2 seasons or whatever, but
I mean, that's probably fine.
mhm.
I don't know how many seasons you can get out of
Well,
that
yeah, that's fair.
concept. Well, I think that's all for tonight. I think we move on. Just
Yeah,
close this
yeah.
out. You're picking the next one. What are we doing next? Like Demolition Man, I think you had said?
No, Running Man. Demolition Man's a very, very different movie, I think. I was talking more so in content than in content rather than film because like Running Man's like post-apocalyptic. We're putting criminals into like death games type ordeals. So
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them, so I really don't know. All right, yeah, that's the end of the episode. Yes, see you guys later. You guys can go home now.